Hi, everybody. Matt here from Matt Likes Comics. And tonight, my guest is Thomas O'Donnell. Great collector. He has one heck of a collection. If you didn't see the first time he was on, um, I really think you're going to enjoy this one because, as you can see by the background here on screen, he's got one heck of a collection just from where I'm sitting. Thomas, how are you this evening?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm doing great. I understand that you've got some summer convention plans coming up. Yeah, how about you let us know what's going on?
Yeah. So I'm going to hit a couple of small conventions that are coming up. They're about monthly now. And then I'm going to go to Philly to a used bookstore that I'm eyeing up for some pulp magazines. And then after that, we have Baltimore Comic Con in I think it's the beginning of October.
Are you a big collector of pulps?
No, I just started.
Very cool. What kind of pulps do you think are the best? Like, what if you were to pick? Are you more in the detective pulps or the good girl pulps or the war pulps, for example?
I like the sci-fi, like Planet Stories, Marvel
Right.
Mystery or Marvel Science Stories, and Shadow.
Very nice. The Shadow actually was one of that. That's one I've actually read an issue of once. Someone I knew had a copy available, so I actually took the time to sit and read it. And I have to say that for the 15 cents or whatever it cost back then, you really got a lot. And it was a lot of good entertainment out of those. Do you get it? Do you buy them graded, or do you buy them raw so you can flip through them?
I buy them raw so I can flip through them. Now I would buy graded if the covers were really good and they were in really good shape. I would do that, but right now I'm just buying raw.
Awesome. Well, before we get any further, let's say hello to everybody in the chat. We've got Robbie Josephs tonight. Looks like he's first, not second. Hi, Robbie. We've got Kay Munin tonight. Hi, Andreas. And all the way from Kelowna, British Columbia, we've got Lyle Hobson. And let's see here. We have JSS tonight. Hi, John. Good that you made it. And at the moment, we've got a couple of compliments here. JSS says from the background, that's quite the collection. So, what are you concentrating on collecting these days? Sorry, Campbell.
Right now, I'm still all over the place. I still get weekly books, and I'm focusing in more probably in silver and bronze than I have previously. So I'm still just picking up a variety of things, whatever kind of catches my eye, and I'm kind of still all over the place.
So not necessarily more DC or more Marvel or more in like say Charlton or other companies. It's just basically
I would say
whatever
DC right now.
Okay.
DC, yeah.
DC has better Silver Age covers. I will say that, and I'm not saying that as a DC fan. I mean, the colors are just so much more vibrant, and I find that Marvel covers are a little more busy than DC covers. DC covers tend to be like not just the color, but here's the hero, here's a small background, here's what's happening. Where Marvel's got detail, and it's full of writing. Come down and come to see the amazing whatever. So I find the DC a little easier to on the eyes, so to speak. Any particular favorites you're looking at lately?
Right now, I'm focusing in on war and horror.
Very nice. So the war, the basically DC Big Five. I'm guessing like Our Army at War and Star Spangled, that kind of stuff.
Yep.
I actually just picked up a Star Spangled book this weekend. It's in that big pile there. So it's one of the ones where the guy has been picked up by a pterodactyl on the cover. It's pretty cool looking. I haven't got that far yet. It's go-go checks. It's go-go checks, so it's 66, 67. So that much I can tell you there. Okay. So, other than the war, is there other favorite titles you like?
Um, the House of Secrets, Weird War Tales, Weird Western Tales too. The Jonah Hex and El Diablo, Scalp Hunter,
Do you
picking those
have
up
a
too.
do you have the full run of Jonah Hex? Or sorry, the first
I
Jonah Hex? I
don't.
mean,
So I have his first series number one. I've had for a long
right,
time. Never got first appearance yet. And then
right.
I also have a scattered amount of Jonah Hex from the bronze. And then I have the full run of Hex, which was like the Mad Max version from the
Hmm.
80s, where he
Nice.
goes into the
I
future.
remember. I
And I
remember.
have,
I remember when that Hex came out on the rack. I actually bought it, and then my sister wrecked it. The Hex number one, the Mad Max one, and then like she
yeah,
got okay. I have two sisters. The one that got it was the youngest one who thought it would be cool to color her own colors on the thing. It was I don't know
oh,
why she picked Hex of all books, but that's what she did. Probably because that was the one I just bought and left it out. I literally did not get to read the book before she got her hands on it. So, but
mm,
yeah, no. Actually, one of the people we were talking about before on the backstage before, one of my friends there is putting together a run of every Jonah Hex appearance he can find. So, and he's two away from having the complete run of Hex and the Jonah Hex one and the Weird Western Tales as well. So those are a lot of fun. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make you wait. K Munin has a question. Are there any indie titles that you enjoy?
currently trying to think. Oh man, Parliament of Rooks is really good. Um, but I would say one of my favorite two titles that I really enjoyed a while ago is Half Past Danger, and one I thought was really clever was Five Ghosts. So Five Ghosts
Right.
is, I can't remember the character's name, but I think it's Fabian, I think, or Sebastian, something like that. But he has five, like a Dracula, a samurai, a detective.
Right.
He's possessed by these five different ghosts, and he can
Right.
summon them and use them. Great,
I've
great
heard a
series.
lot.
Another one
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good
was
things
Black
about that
Beetle
series.
by Francesco Fadila. It was like real pulp noir. Yeah, it's a fun title.
Very nice. Okay, I'm going to make you big now, and let's see some of those
I'm
wonderful
also
books you've got.
looking.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. You're also looking for.
I was gonna say I also just joined a membership club. It's called Super Collectors of the Ferret. They go by Scoff for short.
That's hilarious. Uh, okay, I'm going to make you big and turn it over to you. I'll jump in with comments. Ladies and gentlemen of the audience, we are having a little bit of delay at times, so please bear with us as I'm working through this technological wonder we call the internet. Okay, TJ, you're on the floor.
All right, first off, Long Live
Oh,
Legion.
well. If you're going to do that, there we go.
So I went down and got some fun stuff today. So I just picked this up this week. um, Fleischer Superman by Todd McFarlane. Just in time for the Superman movie.
That is such a beautiful.
And then I was digging through some stuff. Actually, found stuff I didn't even realize I had. I totally forgot about it. I don't know if you've heard this yet. It's the Justice League record from the '60s.
I've seen that. I think Mike from Lunch Money has that. He's shown it. I've never heard it
on YouTube,
but I've seen it. I've seen it before. Yes.
Yeah, you can look them up on YouTube and get the different songs and listen to them. Some of them are, they're not bad for what they were at the time. Just fun.
Right.
Now I'm going to show a bunch of prints and stuff that I've picked up over the years through Comic-Con. What's up, Rich? So this is Dave Bullock, Spider-Man.
Very nice.
And this one, I don't remember who this is. But that is the Destroyer. Marvel's the Destroyer.
I haven't seen that character in a long time.
Yeah, I like him. I think he's got a cool looking costume. More Dave Bullock. It's got like a Darwin Cook kind of look to it.
That is a good looking Trinity there.
Yeah. This is Michael Dooney.
Wow. And did you get that at one of the conventions?
Baltimore. Yeah, all this stuff I got from Baltimore Comic-Con over the years. I just found a whole stash of this stuff that I had. This here is a 3D. They came with glasses. This is a 3D print.
Very nice.
I only grabbed 2 of them while I was there. The guy had a whole table full of different ones. But I got Captain America and this really cool Aquaman. That's in 3D.
Okay, now that one looks like one I would frame and put up. I love Aquaman.
Yeah, I'm thinking about getting frames for him and sticking them up on the wall there.
Where would you put them?
I'd rotate stuff out.
Oh, cool.
I got Dos Santos. I don't really remember who this was, but Mark Dos Santos. This is the Gotham Evening Post.
Very nice Norman Rockwell ripoff. I love it.
Mm-hmm. And they had this one here. I got this one as well. Little soda fountain kind of action. One of my favorite TV shows, The Venture Brothers.
Nice.
And this one here, I don't know who did this one, but
Iron Giant. Wow. I love the homage.
Yep. This I totally forgot I had. This is Captain America and Red Skull by Golden Age artist Ken Bald.
Nice.
Hey, Christina.
Ken Bald is one of Steven's favorites too. He brings him up a lot.
Yeah, I totally forgot I had that.
Nice.
Another Dave Bullock.
Beautiful.
And then we have another Dave Bullock.
Oh, now that one is awesome.
I love the Fleischer Superman suit.
Yeah. I do love when the black was in the emblem. It's too bad it's not there today.
Yes. Gray Corn, Guy Gardner. And then Power Girl.
That's right. Before we get too further, before we get any further, that's a great one. I did want to ask you about that. So what made you decide to send Christina commission a picture from Adam to send to Christina, which is a very nice gesture and a very good picture, Adam? That is amazing. Here's a photo of Adam giving it to Christina in person.
So I can't remember what, because Christina's everywhere, and I'm watching all these streams. I might have been on church. Christina talked about meeting Dean Cain, and he didn't.
Yes.
He wasn't there or something. And then, I'm sure to say things just pop in your head, like, and I was just like, Christina Payne, Lois Lane, and I was like, oh yeah, Superman's girlfriend, Lois Lane. Superman's fiance, Christina Payne. And then I thought about that Lois Lane cover. I think it's Lois Lane 29, where it's Lois Lane kissing Green Arrow, and then I think it's Batman tapping him on the shoulder.
Yes.
And then and I was like, that would be kind of cool. And then I remember Adam was on another, it might have been on Big Nasty and Shanko's live show. I don't remember. But
yes,
I seen he was an artist. And he was like showing, he was showing off his art. And then I contacted Adam, and I was like, hey, you want to could you do a commission? And really, the reason why I did it was Christina does so much for the community. She's everywhere. She's sharing everybody's, YouTube channels and things like that. And when I was starting out, I was under 100 subs, and she was sharing it out, and I got over 100 like the same day. Same thing with Cliff too. Cliff helped me out get a lot of subscribers as well.
Cliff is a very good.
I just thought it'd be a nice thing to do, and it'd be funny because she was talking about meeting Dean Cain, and Adam knocked it out of the park, and then Adam added that little blue. So excited.
Sorry about the technical difficulties, everybody. We're having some internet issues today. But Christina says it meant so much to her. And I was amazed that was a great gesture for somebody who's been very, very great in the community. I have been trying to get Christina to come on the channel for a while. So,
no, maybe we can get her on.
Mm-hmm.
So we got Francesco Francavilla's Black Beetle print, and he did a commission for me of the Destroyer, which I show when I think I have it on my Instagram, but I might have done a video of different sketchbook items I have, and he did one of the Destroyer, really great. Here is a Shadow, which is like the radio program because it has Orson Welles, and this is Scott Derby, and nice. Even says like Blue Coal proudly presents, which Blue Coal is a sponsor of the Shadow radio show, and a lot of the Shadow products, like memorabilia products, were from Blue Coal. This one here, the guy had a lot of these different characters, but I love Captain America, and this one's really cool.
That looks amazing.
Yeah, he had a lot of different characters that were in old age, like looking over their memorabilia and stuff. We have
Wellbore,
Francesco Francavilla Iron Giant print.
Very nice. Now, what is the USRA?
Now, these next two. These things were, I'm not sure. These here, the one I'm going to show now wasn't as popular as the first one. But when I got this thing sold out day one. It sold out within hours of day two. The guy found a printer, was printing more off, and somebody tried to buy this off me. One of the vendors tried to buy this off of me at Baltimore Comic Con for like $200. This one here is the Red Skull.
That is my favorite one you've shown.
But this wasn't as popular as this one. Well, this one here.
Okay, maybe that's my favorite one that you've shown so far.
This one was very pop. Like the guy was shocked. Yeah, the artist was shocked at how well these sold. I mean, he made a fortune because he ran off more, and they were selling out within hours of him bringing them back to the
Amazing.
table. He actually left the table twice to go get more printed. And then he came out with that Red
That's
Skull
good.
the next year.
That's good. What was the artist's name again?
His name was... This card is correct. It's Nick Makovic.
Very nice.
This was probably about 15, maybe 12, maybe 20 years ago. I picked that up.
Wow.
And now we got comics. So Steppo and Lyle were talking about this on
Yes.
the Friday. Yep. Comic Collector Geek. So I grabbed one. This is the highest grade I could find at the time. I think Steppo's is like a 7.5.
Yes. That is
so I
on my
grabbed this
list of that one is on my list for this year's convention circuit. That's one I want to
Yeah,
have.
so
too, because-
I was happy getting this. And then this one here, this was the story. So I was Baltimore Comic Con, and my heart broke. There was this older man, I would say probably in his 70s, and he was walking around with a stack of books, and his wife was making him sell them. She was standing behind him, and she was like arguing with him to go sell them. You could tell he didn't want to part with them. And it bugged me for like 2 years that I wish I would have got that book. I wish I'd have asked him like how much he was selling it, because it broke my heart this man had to sell his collection. And I actually found the book the actual book that he had. He sold to a vendor there, and I got it. But
that
this
is
was on top of his stack. Yeah, the colors were beautiful. This white and yellow. And this is the actual book that he had and he sold.
Wow. See, that's what I was referring to about the DC covers. Look at how just beautiful that is. Nice color space, little bit of background, big character in the front.
Yep. And this was a Nick Cardy cover.
Nick Cardy is one of the best cover artists. Him and Neil Adams, I would say, are probably the best cover artists of the 60s. And I'm a huge Kurt Swan fan.
Yeah, no, Nick Cardy does beautiful covers. This one here, if I'm not mistaken, I could be, but Identity Crisis, you guys are probably going to review soon on Biggie's channel, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I agree, K-Mun. This is the book where they swap with the villains.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so when that story came out, I got this book because I really loved that story, and I tracked this down and found it. But that's where they swapped the bodies, and then I can't remember exactly the whole Identity Crisis, but I remember like some things happened, and I'm not going to talk about it here. This one, I love this cover when I first saw it. I know you have it.
Yeah, I only recently got that. That was in my top 10 I wanted to get before the end of the year. And I was so excited to be able to finally get one.
And that is, who is that? That's another Nick Cardy cover.
Oh. Thank you, JSS.
Oh, okay. And now we have Justice League number 37, which is the first Silver Age appearance of Mr. Terrific.
Yes. That's not that's not when he dies though, right?
No, that's later on.
No, that's the 70s appearance. I think.
Yeah. And then this one here, Matt, this is Adventure Comics 321. First full appearance of Time Trapper.
Yes. Beautiful book. That's that's actually a really good story inside as well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've ever read it.
Yeah, I have the back there's all the omnibuses and the archive editions.
Yeah,
this one here is Flash 123.
What a beautiful, beautiful book. When we covered that on our book
And this
club, I
one,
was very happy to read that book again.
this one has small amount of color touch, but I don't care if it's restored or not. So I got it for damn near nothing.
Yeah. Well, you know something? You're buying the book, not the grade. I mean, a lot of people don't want restored
Mm-hmm.
books, and they call it the green label of death, I guess, on the qualified as well. But
Mm-hmm.
you know what? If that's the only way you're going to get it, I don't see why you wouldn't. Myself, but that's just my opinion.
Right. I mean, you got to use a black light to find the color touch, so I'm not displaying them under black light. This is Justice League of America 22. Now, this cover, I saw this in the Comic Buyers magazine when I was probably like 13 years old, and was always wondering about the story. And then as an adult later on, I started picking up the Justice League stuff. I started focusing in on just Justice League and a high grade. And this came up.
Nice. It's a beautiful.
And this is a Murphy Anderson cover.
Yep.
Which there is a there's a I can't remember the name of the title, but there's another title in DC that's like from the late 50s where he did exactly the same cover with Aliens. There might be one cube less. I think this cube's not there. The other ones are there.
I want to say it's not All Star Comics, but it might have been Strange.
It's the one Adam Strange appeared in.
Yeah, that'd be Strange
Adventures. Yep. Yeah. And then this one here is Justice League of America number 30, The Crime Syndicate.
Nice. Is that the first or the second appearance? Number 30 should be the second, right?
Yeah, this is the second. I do have the first, but it did not bring it. But I do have the first appearance.
I love that picture of Power Ring.
Yeah. This is a great comic. Another one I have, I cannot find. It's in my stack somewhere. I have I don't know if you remember, it's Justice League and it's in the 60s. I want to say it might be 66 or 67. Where it's got the hero and then on the other side is the villain. And it's like Batman and Penguin and I know the book. I know
there's
a sticker on it that says Vendicomic. Vendicomic, 10 cents. So apparently there was a vending machine that you can get comics out of, and they had stickers on them, and that came out of it. Cannot find the book though, but it's somewhere. We're coming down to the end here. We got Green Lantern number 40.
That's a very nice looking book too.
This is the Crisis of Multiple Earths.
That's the first Alan Scott, right?
And first appearance of Corona.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the crossover. It's the first appearance of Corona and Crisis Begins and the origin of the Guardians in this book.
Yeah, that is just it's a key on so many levels.
Yeah. And then this one here, I just grabbed a Golden Age. This is Kid Eternity number 1. And this is first title. And this is a Davis Crippen D copy. Davis Crippen this is from 1946. Davis Crippen was kind of like the Mile High. He had a lot of high grade comics, and he used to write a D on the cover of his books. And I have a couple. I think I have a Shazam. That's also. You know, I forgot to grab this one Captain Marvel I have too. Captain Marvel Jr. Wanted to talk to you about it.
We've got time. I got my first Captain Marvel Jr. book this week.
Well, I'll be right back. Take over.
Yeah, okay. Since he's talking about Captain Marvel, I'm going to take a moment, if I can just, there we go. Sorry that you have to see the back of my head, but I got this from Chonko as an AOK not too long ago. This is Captain Marvel Jr. number 35, which has some interesting trivia about it. It's not just issue 35. Only the cover says issue 35. The interior says issue 34. What happened was at the printers or whatever, they mixed up the covers for 35 with the interiors at 34, and they ended up just issuing this. So this is basically issue 34, 35 of Captain Marvel Jr., because there was issue 33 and then this issue, and then they went to 36. I think this is great. In a way, seeing this cover, it's too bad that the story isn't on the internal part, because to see Dr. Savannah Jr. is the evil one is pretty cool. And I agree, Lyle. Error comics really are cool. And thank you, Mike, for I like the cover.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. Let's get back to Thomas.
So I forgot to grab this one. This is also a Davis Crippen copy, and it's the McAvoy cover.
Yes, that is. I've seen that one a few times. That's a beauty.
But the reason I bought this, I love the cover, the space. But one of the things I was thinking is, what if McAvoy drew the Legion?
Oh, wow. You just blew my mind away. Could you imagine that? Cosmic Boy would probably look like Captain Marvel Jr. Lightning Lad would look like him with red hair.
And I was thinking, what if like the Legion went back? What if the Legion went back to get Superboy and overshot and got Captain Marvel Jr. instead?
That would be awesome. Especially since you've got a guy who would actually, have a secret identity and would actually have to change back to Freddie Freeman once in a while. And that would be interesting to see. Would he need separate codes to get in the building? Because he looks so different. I would imagine though his DNA would be the same. Just
maybe a fun story.
Yeah, that would be a lot of fun. I'm glad that you brought us books today.
I just picked up 2 books.
Go ahead.
I got the first Mon-El coming, and I have Superboy issue. I can't remember the number, but it's the first appearance of Kali, which is Crypto's girlfriend.
Yeah, I know who that is. I don't remember what issue number it is, but I can see the cover in my head. I've seen that book many times. That's amazing. Superboy, you know what? Superboy is actually
I think it's like 89 or 92.
Yeah, I think you're right, because 86 and 90 are the Pete Ross books. 86 was his first appearance, and 90 is the one where he finds out that Superboy is Clark Kent. The incident with the tent. 98 is the first Ultra Boy. That's on my list of I must get. Even though I've read the story a million times because I had the reprint, I want the actual book. Nate at Hall was very lucky because Son of Crom gave him that book as an A-OK. And I think that's wonderful because I know that Nate likes that kind of stuff as well. So I'm glad to see Nate is a very Superman adjacent fan, not Superman necessarily, but all the books like the Legion, the Lois Lanes, the Jimmy Olsens, he likes those. So, Christina, thank you for everything you're doing tonight. By the way, I'm seeing all of the links you're putting in, like Comics Curing Cancer and such. Before we go away tonight, everybody, I want to mention something about the comic book community awards coming up. Stephen Gentner has done so much for comics that if you don't listen to anything else I say or take any other advice this year, we need to nominate and vote for the Monday Night Special because we need to get Stephen an award. Bleecker has always said that Stephen gets the part of the award he won with Church last year, but in Stephen's mind, it's not the same. Because Stephen is very involved with the show with Alan, and I completely agree. Sadly, of all the ones that Alan was nominated for last year, that was the one he didn't win. And my understanding from what I've heard, they didn't lose by much. So nominations start on the 7th of June. So just give that a remember. Alan's over 5,000 subs, so it has to be the category where it's everybody. But let's give that a run. Other than that, there are so many channels out there that I'm not even going to, make any recommendations because everybody has their own opinions. I'm just pushing for Steven's sake. Because last year, as I said, he was this close, and I'd like to see that. I mean, I don't know if you all know this, but he writes in Overstreet. He's written comic books, Boris the Bear. Alan showed one today on his channel. If you saw his video from today, of course, there's the book that he wrote here about his grandfather, Ambulance to the Front. This was a pretty good read. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that. And the last thing I will say about that is I wouldn't be upset if you guys, nominated me for most informative in the 500 and 999. I'm not saying you should. I'm just saying it'd be nice. Thank you, Thomas, for coming by tonight. You brought some really nice stuff. Those posters especially, because one thing I will say about posters versus comic books, everybody can get the comic book, like in seeing the covers and stuff. Posters are unique usually, and I like seeing them as a result because you never know. You never know when you're going to see them again. Plus, the posters I find are like for example, Adam's piece of art for Christina, unique and wonderful pieces of Americana, so to speak, and they make for great memories. I bought a poster off of Mike Grell a few years back, and it's a Princess Leia, and because my son was really into Princess Leia back then. So just having that is cool because I never know if I'm going to see Mike Grell again. I've had the pleasure of meeting him 3 times. Excuse me. But I haven't had things may work so that it never happens again. Thank you very much, Thomas, for coming tonight. And I want to appreciate just tell everybody out there, I appreciate you showing up tonight in the chat. And if you're going to watch on the rerun, please read on the replay, please read the banner. I finally figured out a way to get all my members' names up on the screen by putting it in the banner, but also there are some comments in there. For example, I would talk about Steven, and I'm only 12 away from the big giveaway, guys. So, if you're watching and you haven't subscribed yet, keep in mind this is going to be a reasonably big one. So you'll want to get in on this. Hi, Random Reads. Welcome to the show. So Christina says thank you again. So thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. My name's Matt. I like comics, and I hope you do too. Good night, everybody.